I'm Dr. Shanika. I'm actually a licensed pharmacist, and I'm here to break down the science of weight loss and how we can make sure that we are eating the right amount of calories to make sure we lose weight. How we can get to our best body in 2025. And if you are interested in that, keep listening. This is all going to be from a pharmacist perspective. My name is Shanika. I'm your host, and my full-time job at the moment is pharmacist. And as a pharmacist, it's kind of like those people that are specialized in a lot of different things, because we get so many different questions at the pharmacy counter. It's so funny how many different types of questions that we get. So I'm gonna let you tap into my brain today and give you some insights on how to know and understand if you're eating enough food to make sure you're losing weight. All right, so I have my little handy dandy notepad here just to keep me on track to make sure that I hit all the points that I want to hit. So if you see me looking down, it's just to make sure that I'm on track with everything I want to tell you guys, to make sure it is as meaty as possible. Okay, so did you know, in which I don't think everyone knows, that you could actually be starving yourself? It's a possibility that you are not eating enough to gain weight. And I know that sounds crazy because, that's the thing. Oh, don't overeat. Or, you hear people say things like counting your calories and what is your daily calorie intake and calorie deficient. All of these things, if you aren't well versed in weight loss and really gotten into the meat and potatoes of losing weight, it may sound overwhelming to you. And honestly, even coming from a health professional point of view, before I really got into experimenting and doing it on my own, it was overwhelming for me. So don't think you're alone in that. We lose weight. So let's just simplify how your body works. Your body, if you can think of your body as, I usually use two analogies. One, it's a car. So a car running with, if you drive a foreign car or sometimes expensive cars or different types of trucks, they take premium gas. So if you put premium gas in your car, it's going to run how it should run. If you put unleaded gas in your car, which would be bad foods, things that's going to drag you down, a lot of sugar, it's going to make your body feel lagged, and it's going to make you feel more tired than you should be tired. So what we want to do, ideally, we want to follow the instructions of the car. We want to put in the premium gas so that the gas can run on the best way it can run possibly, relating to your gas tank. Number two, I don't know if you've ever, and it's kind of embarrassing to say, if you've ever ran out of gas. I've run out of gas because I don't like gassing up my car. I don't know if I'm alone out there with that. I'm the woman that, hey, I would prefer if I can just get in my car every day and it just be gassed up. And honestly, I probably should get an electric just because of that one simple thing. But I've run out of gas before. I know. I've run out of gas and it's embarrassing. But in any case, as I'm the type of person that I will pay attention to the mileage on when I'm at the last, if I got 30 miles and I know, hey, I'm going somewhere, it's going to be 10 miles there, 10 miles back, there's a possibility that I'm going to come straight home. I may not even stop. Yeah, that's me. But when your car gets down to that low 10 miles, or honestly, if your car is about to run out of gas, you can tell, like, it drives sluggish, or it doesn't, you can tell when you push on the gas, like, it doesn't go like it should. That is relatable to you and your body being a machine. If you don't eat enough food, you're going to be too tired, and you're not going to work out, and you're not going to have the energy that you need to just do the regular things. Your body apps or there's formulas online to get your daily calorie intake. You need to know how many calories you need to be intaking. And if you use certain apps, I like to use Lose It. It's an app that you add your foods in every day, and then when you signed up for the actual app to get all your information in, it asks you how much weight you want to lose within that amount of time, and it calculates how many calories you need to intake every day in order to lose weight by that amount of time. Now, a healthy amount of weight generally is 2 pounds a week, and I know that does not sound like a lot, but it's 2 pounds a week, so that's the healthy weight. Now, in the process of losing weight, there is a possibility that you can shed. Generally, people do shed water weight, you shed inches, so you shed your body. Even if the scale doesn't go down, there's still a possibility that your body is changing. For me, when I really get into the point where I know I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, I'm watching my calories, I'm counting my calories, I'm eating the right foods, I don't pay attention to the scale as much, because low-key, the scale can make you feel bad. So pay attention to how your body feels in your jeans and how your body feels in your clothes. I like to do, when I start, I like to get a dress or a pair of jeans that I haven't worn in a while, and then try them on in another month. Try them on in 2 weeks. If you're killing it, try it on every week. Honestly, our bodies can change day by day. So we want to make sure that that's number one, to figure out how many calories you need to be intaking. That way you are not just, working on thin air. And I equate it to, the carb was the first one. The second one is, you're not going to be out spending money and not knowing how much money is in your bank account, because it's going to be embarrassing if your car gets declined or whatever. So I look at my daily calories as my money, which makes it even more personal for me to be like, okay, am I going to eat a cookie that's 300 calories? No, because the cookie that's 300 calories, I could have had a piece of breast and felt so much more better, or chicken breast and felt so much better, it had more energy, versus eating that 300 empty calorie cookie. So look at it in that way. If I spend $300, I have, if your daily calorie intake is 16, now you only have 1,300 calories. To be honest, that's easy. It can be a lunch and dinner, and you haven't even ate breakfast yet. So just keep those things in mind. I like to relate to money for me, because it puts more value on it. Okay, if I eat these crackers, that's $300 that I've spent out of my $1,600. That's a lot of money for some 2 crackers. And generally, when you go work out, depending on who you are and your body, you're burning a good workout 300 to 400 calories per workout. Now, this is definitely dependent on your body, because the same person could burn in the same successful, you need to have something that you're gonna track. Again, if you look at it as your bank account, you're not gonna just be eating whatever and not know exactly what you're not gonna be spending money and not knowing exactly how much you're spending and just blowing money, right? So look at it in that way. And to be honest, our bodies are even more precious than our money, because money always come back. We only get one body. So yeah, definitely do that. Hone in, figure out which app you want to use or what you want to use. What I tell people is that if you're not ready, I don't care what app, what thing. If someone gave you the right amount of calories per day in a meal package, you still won't do it. So make sure you're ready. And it's okay if you're not. I went through that phase where I just wasn't ready. I was dedicated on working out, but I just wasn't ready to change my eating habits, which left me in a cycle of being in the same body, going through the same cycle week in, month out. Whether I was doing really good during the week and eating all my calories after on the weekend, it doesn't matter. Until I got ready to say, hey, I'm gonna do any and everything. And yeah, that means taking 10 or 15 minutes out of my day, logging every little thing I eat into this app so that I know I have 300 calories left, or I have 2 calories left, or I'm in a calorie deficit, which is exactly what I want to be, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. So make sure you're ready. Get that app, get that whatever that may be, to really make sure that you're tracking everything you eat. Be ready to be able to track everything you eat. Importance of protein. Protein is there to build up your muscles so that you can burn more calories. If you think about protein as that, it's just as simple as that. You want to build more protein, you want to build more muscle in your body so that your body burns calories while you're sitting down. And you don't have to worry about having to work out so much, because if you build up enough muscle, you're building your muscle, because you lose muscle just by working out and doing different things. But if you're building that up, and your body naturally breaks down muscle, if you're building that up by eating correctly and building and stretching your muscles, then you will be still burning calories while you're sitting down, hanging out, watching movies. So carbs are fuel. Carbs, although people say limit carbs, but just make sure you're not deficient in carbs, right? Because that's what's giving you that energy, that gives you the energy to do the things that you really want to do every day, and to work out, and to fuel your muscles and your brain and everything. So just keep that in mind. Carbs, they're not as bad as people say. Healthy fats, you want to look at those as like those long-lasting nutrient things that's in your body. So it helps you feel full, so you don't have to worry about, if you're not eating enough, now you're hungry. So, avocado with breakfast. I'll try to list some other different healthy fats. Avocado is just the one that comes to mind because I eat those the most. But healthy fats will help make you feel full so you're not starving, okay? So we want to make sure we get good protein. We want to have a good balance of protein, good balance of carbs, and a good balance of healthy fats. Looking out at your food. I've had this conversation with one of my good friends. She's a nurse practitioner, and we talked about how the new medications, Wegovy, Ozempic, all of those medications, and a lot of people are using those to lose weight. And some of the background of those is that they change, whether people know it, realize it, they changed how they try to change how you see food, right? So it lets you realize that you don't need a lot of food to survive, because you all honestly can't even hardly eat when you're on these medications. You eat a certain amount, you have to eat these smaller meals, you can't eat too much, you can't eat too much of this, so it kind of conditions you and your body to eat less, which ultimately loses weight. So we talk about how big our mind is in the attachments to food, how our mind is in attachments of weight loss, and how point that, what's that saying? I always get it wrong. You eat to live and not live to eat, right? So you don't need much to function, especially if you're eating the correct amounts of food. I recently saw this video of this guy, and he was talking about how we should get most of our water from fruits and vegetables, not carrying around gallons of water, but we get more nutrients. We get more nutrients, and we get more the best types of water gets absorbed best when we get it from our fruits and vegetables. And if we think about it just on that level, without even anything else, that'll correct a lot of things. Just eating the right amount of foods, eating lean proteins, eating lean meats will ultimately change our body and change the way we look and change how we feel, which is ultimately what we're going for. Everyone is, whether we're losing weight for whatever reason, 9 times out of 10, it is to help with your self-esteem, help with who you are and how you present to the world, and to really be healthy. Who doesn't want to feel good? Who doesn't want to not have scares of diseases and different things? And a lot of them can be cured through a healthy diet. So that's what this is all about. Changing our lives through changing how we see food, changing how we see ourselves. Okay, so another part going into why it's so important to eat is because it kind of works with our natural chemistry of our body, the biochemistry of our body, right? So we eat, our body releases insulin, so that now that our body can turn the food into fuel. But when we don't eat, our body doesn't release it. Our body doesn't release the insulin, so we feel tired and sluggish, and we don't have anything to use to give ourselves energy. So make sure you eat. Make sure you eat the correct amount of foods. Make sure you eat the right things. This is so important. I know I keep going over it. It may even be redundant, but I just want to let you know that the importance of really doing this. So with that being said, I'm just going to wrap this up. I hope that you do have a lot of questions. I hope that you want to learn more about this, because this is one of my favorite things, honestly, because it's so important to me. My family, we have that comfort level with food, right? So, I come from a Southern family, and my mom just cooks and bakes and just everything, and just trying to be more of a healthier person. Overall, we've all changed so much and changed our relation to food and what food means to us. So I hope that this helps you and your family, and I hope you share it with someone who may need to hear this information. And it is something that you have to work on every day, but you grow so much. We get so in touch with our bodies. We get so in touch with our minds. We break through mental breakthroughs just from exercising our body, being more in touch with our body, knowing what food feels good and makes our bodies feel good. Even to the point that, which I'll probably do like a segment on supplements. Because even to the point that when you start to eat different types of food, you start to really pay attention to how they make you feel. Do certain foods make you feel bloated, or certain foods make you doesn't agree with your stomach? Like all of these things, if we are more aware that our body will tell us what it wants. Our body will crave the good foods once we give it to them. We live in this microwave society that everything is fast. Fast food, dinner is fast. Microwave everything, breakfast fast, everything's on the go. And yeah, we can make things that easy. I'll probably end up doing a meal prep video too, because I meal prep. That's the only way I can stay in check. If I don't do it on Sunday, I do it on Monday. I don't let too many days go, so that I can have that fast food, but it's not fast food. I've cooked it. I make my breakfast. I plan it. A good thing is, if you do love planners, I don't like planners. I just like to have an idea of what I'm going to eat. I go to the store, I get the stuff, and then I don't worry about it. I just go in and pick it up. I buy meal prep containers so that it takes out the guessing of what I need to eat or what I want to eat. And to me, that's the only thing that's helped me be successful. And I do have some places that I go if I'm like, okay, I'm just tired of my meal prep this week. But just have those places in mind. Make sure those places are close to you. Make sure, and 9 times out of 10, sometimes everywhere you can go and get something somewhat healthy, but still pay attention to the calories. Like even Chick-fil-A, I love their salad, but that salad is still 1,000 calories. So for me, I still split that salad. I eat it twice. So once you get into it, it becomes fun. It becomes, okay, I know who I am. I know what my body looks like. I know what I want it to look like. Now, that's a whole nother thing that, of course, goes in with eating correctly, is making sure that your mind is aligned with who you want to be, who you want to look like, and not who you feel like you are right now. And for me, that was mind-blowing. To me, that is the really big factor that changed, really, to me, how my body started to look, because I ended up I did a vision board specifically on how I want my body to look. How do I want to exist in the world? So I was able to see it. Then I was able to do the things that I needed to do. Information just came to me. And then I was able to actually bring it into my existence. So if you have any questions about that part as well, I'll do more of an in-depth video with that. But in summary, we want to make sure that we are calculating our calories through some type of outlet. MyFitnessPal, Lose It is my favorite. We want to make sure that we are eating the amount of calories that we're supposed to eat to get to whatever goal that is. We want to make sure that we are tracking our calories. We're using some type of app, whether that is Lose It, whether that's MyFitnessPal, whatever works for you. We want to make sure that we are paying attention to our calories. And if you are very serious, calorie deficit, which means if you are allowed 1,600 calories per day, or so like for me, I'll do myself as an example. My calorie intake is 1,600 calories per day. That's with my 500 calorie deficit. So in the Lose It app, it already allows you to put a calorie deficit. And on top of that, any calories you burn through your workout, whether that's whatever you do, it adds to that. So on an average day for me, my calorie deficit is, my calorie intake is 1,300 calories because I have that calorie deficit in there. And when I work out, typically I burn 600 calories per day. That means I can actually eat up to 1,900 calories. So just keep that in mind. If you work out, it all helps to build on to your overall success. When you get serious, protein, macronutrients, you want to pay attention to those. Again, like I said, if you want to really get the amount of protein to help really change your body, do the amount of protein that you want to be, whatever your goal weight is. Like I said, for me, for example, my goal weight is 175 pounds. I typically eat somewhere close to 175 grams of protein per day. Good protein, and still within my calories. Make sure you eat. We have to eat in order for our bodies to work like the machines that they are, like the car analogy. No gas, no energy, no exertion, no nothing, no gas. So make sure you put in the gas in your body so your car can go the way it can go, the way it's meant to go. And make sure it's good gas. I don't know if you've ever heard anyone have to do like gas treatments because they put trash gas. Same thing. Put good gas in your tank. No more fast food. Make fast food at home. Take one day, couple hours, do your meal prep. Simple as that. I know you're going to be successful because you actually watched this whole video through. So if you need any help, I'm always here. I'm not the person that's just saying this is what you do. I've done it before. Done it, I failed, I've done it again. So trust me, it's nothing that you are going through that I haven't gone through. So I'm here to help. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Again, I am Dr. Shanika, your host of Simply Shanika, and I hope to see you soon. All right, bye. Have a good night, sunshines.